Hello everybody. It's another short preview this week as we venture forth out to Romania, where we'll be hosted by FCSB, or the artist formerly known as Stoia Bucharest. Kick-off on Thursdays at 8 PM and it's on BT, or if your assistant with a beautiful smile and torn ankle ligaments is inconsiderate enough to have a birthday, it's on your mobile phone, surreptitiously observed under the table in an Italian restaurant. Our hosts are likely to go into this match without a proper manager. Nikolai Dika, who took over in July, resigned on Monday after a 2-1 defeat at Cluj left them in 6th place, with 20 points from the 14 games played so far. Although this is just within the playoff sector, it does leave them a massive 17 points off the top slot. Their Thursday night conference results have been surprisingly poor. Their 2 points have come from drawing home and away with Anderlecht, 0-0 at home and 2-2 away. In between those, they got hit with back-to-back 5-0 defeats by Silkeborg. Throw in our 3-1 win over them at the Olympic and they sit bottom of the group with no chance of qualification, with anything other than a win condemning them to bottom place. So it's not a happy place to be at present. They have 3 long-term knee injuries to contend with in the form of Messrs Cristia, Pantiru and Popescu. Their top scorer is Andrei Cordera, though with his grand total of the season being 3, that's not much of an achievement really. He did score against us in the reverse fixture though, so he may well be worth keeping an eye on. The main business to be settled in the group is who goes through with us. Obviously it's the wish of every right-minded soul that Silkeborg should progress at the expense of Anderlecht. A draw will be enough for the Danes, though of course a win will be all the sweeter for every right-minded soul. We're going to pay a very brief visit now to the wild and wacky world of association football. And after recent comments from the Foreign Secretary on the subject of how LGBT supporters should behave in Qatar, Gareth Southgate has waded in as if to prove that politicians don't have a monopoly on talking twaddle. Southgate has opined that the workers of Qatar are united in wanting the World Cup there. Well, those that are still alive perhaps, Gareth. To be fair, it's possible that Southgate was basing his opinion on David Beckham, who, in taking the odd petrodollar or so from the Qataris for telling the world what a jolly good spot Qatar would make for a football tournament, probably qualifies himself as a Qatari worker. Let's move quickly on to us. I'll talk properly about the Man United match in my look at the weekend visit to Crystal Palace, but I would like to point out the return of an old favourite tradition in matches between West Ham and Manchester United. Namely the introduction or reintroduction of the movable touchline. Did anyone else notice how the number of times the pitch got narrower every time we got near it, and how it mysteriously got wider every time they took the ball over the line? It's a miracle of modern stadium engineering. Oh, and if as some reports suggest, Spain won't be taking De Gea to Qatar, his replacement had better be good for their manager's sake. We're likely to put out a much changed side for this one. Pretty much anyone with any sort of knock will be rested. Mr Moyes has confirmed that some of the youngsters will start this time around, and really we've earned the right to do that. We are likely to see another start for Agard, for whom this is likely to be treated as yet another training match. One of the big questions, I suppose, is the goalkeeping slot. Fabianski had an awkward landing in the first half last weekend, and whilst he wouldn't have normally been selected for this one, it may be that Mr Moyes would prefer Areola to be kept back for Sunday, lest Fabianski not be available at the weekend. So we may see the lesser-spotted Randolph, who is probably on standby. So to the prediction then. Well, without clear indication of who will be starting, I presume we'll be feeling a much weakened starting 11. However, I still feel that whatever side we put out will be capable of getting a result here. Nobody's ever done a 100% record in the Thursday night conference since its inception, and I think that might be incentive enough. So the £2.50 that I was going to spend on an I Heart Qatar t-shirt will instead be going on an away win. Make it 2-0 to us, please, Mr Winston. Enjoy the game.
So we're here in the offices of a Late Late Show with the host of a Late Late Show, James Corden.
Hi.
Big West Ham fan.
Yes. And big knees up Mother Brown, man.
Yeah.
Get on the forum at kumb.com. Come on, you irons.